I think it's about time I expanded my trader number a little bit higher. I mean, so long as you have a whole bunch of free labor kind of sitting around without much to do, there's no real reason not to try to find them a space to throw them in. Especially if it means that your buildings that you're relying on can operate more efficiently. Even if it's only a slight boost. If you don't have the laborers really doing anything, there's really no reason not to. Ah, the chapels have rung their toll again. So that means I'm above 800. I could try to keep this pinned, just to see an active readout of my population, but it's just so cumbersome. I kind of wish I could just have my status have a slash for general population number. But of course, that's going to screw up once one of those numbers hit 1,000, so I couldn't have that happen. And then maybe a small line of woodcutters. Oh wow, I hit the tool limit. Well, hot damn. I'm gonna expand that immediately. Come on. There we go. Actually got 800 fish last season. Somewhat surprised by that. I mean, really, I figured with how far away it was, it would be totally incapable of producing pretty much jack shit. So I am pleasantly surprised. Starting to think that I need to stock more firewood. Because my firewood count is getting actually a bit too high. And I could just try to turn off my woodcutters, but I feel like the more effective way to deal with this surplus is to trade it away. I remember back in my other city, I think I did throw a lot of them up to 2,000. And that seems like a pretty reasonable number to have in most of your trading posts, I think. 2,000 firewood. Means you can buy a lot of whatever you want to buy, and sell off a lot of your produced goods. Okay, so this is one of the more problematic ones, 30%. I think I'll take it all up to 2,500 anyways, because even at the 30% marker, that means 2,500 will make it half full. Ah, and now, you see, I am losing a good amount of that firewood. Mostly, I imagine that's short term, where I have a whole bunch of trading posts going out and getting an extra 1,000 firewood. But hopefully, that'll also be a little bit long term, in that I'll have a lot less firewood just sitting around doing jack shit. And it looks like I was right on target, just kind of surfing around doing that. No sooner am I doing that than do some crop infestations break out. So, lucky day for me. Get to catch those before it ruins an entire crop. Alright, down to 50k firewood. I'm still willing to push it down further though. Although, these ones, because they have ale in them, I think I just want to take up to 2,000. Although it looks like I'm starting to get a lot of ale stocked up as well. I've got everything. This is good though. even if it's very slow progress I'm making, it's very stable progress I'm making. I do think, though, that I'm well along the path to getting my population up to a K. Oh, some nomads arrived and left. I didn't even realize when they got here. Might have actually accepted them. I had seen them. Holy crap, actually, that's a lot. I probably wouldn't have accepted them if it's that many. I like to be nice to nomads, but if they're in destabilizing numbers, I kind of make exceptions and say no. I do want to put even more storage barns here. No. I mean, I suppose I should, because this area is reducing, so well, a whole bunch of new storage barns to fill. Took on a lot of that. Oh, they don't have proper orders. That's why that happened. I see now. Well, actually, now that I think about it, the reason why I probably have so much corn is because the auto purchase, I imagine, would bring in, because of the way it's naturally set, it brings in grains before fruits. So, if I really want my strong and hearty alcohol to be top-notch selling, and if I want to make sure that I have a steady supply of apples, that would mean I need to go ahead and go to each and every dock and prioritize fruits over grains and vegetables. So I think my firewood stocks are actually going down. I mean, I'm trading for massive surpluses on most goods. Although, wow, I am running low on logs. Probably, though, because of all the building. Like, I'm very commonly jumping into building a lot of things. I mean, I just built all that. So, by all means, I can be low on logs for a little while. It's not the end of the world. I also think that a lot of these just finished out. So, I have a whole bunch of new stuff to give orders to. I want to make sure these guys are... Yeah, they have their orders. It's kind of beautiful to see all this from a bird's eye view. But it's also really annoying. Because for every area that I see and that I'm happy with, I also see the limitations of it. And by limitations, I mostly mean these gigantic fucking mountains in the way of pretty much everything that I want to build. I'd say I'm most happiest with this screeny right here. I do love my urban sprawl. But there are new places to expand to. And I'm sure I'll get to that eventually. But I just feel like this map is going to cap out around 2K. Is it just, looking at it, it feels like it's kind of already a bit scrunched. Sure, there's space for me to build new things, but whether there's a support structure available for those buildings, that's another question entirely. So I had somebody ask about the seed, And unfortunately, this will give some dating to how far ahead or behind my playthroughs and my actual video postings are. Keep in mind that there's editing work to go into these things, and I don't exactly just post what I record like a lot of people do. But yeah, this is just to make sure that everybody sees the map seed, the terrain type, all that stuff. Okay. General goods merchant. And I really could use some extra logs. So, I'm gonna have this guy bring me some logs. Dogs for my dogs. Other than that, though, I've got a lot in the way of tools, in the way of food, in the way of pretty much everything. Question is, how many stockpiles should I make? How many storage barns, all that? Holy crap, why aren't you guys... I should potentially set all these out to making them, or just automatically purchasing stone, iron, all that crap. Because at the moment, it's a pretty slow process of, hey, I want these resources, people should bring them. I mean, I thought I had established a good trickle, but never seems to be the case. Or at least that trickle can't keep up with the pace that I want to develop. You know, I wanna get a lot more buildings, I wanna get a lot more in the way of population, and the current rate at which I'm getting stone and iron and those things is just not keeping up with my pace. The sooner I get that stuff out of there, the sooner I get stuff built. So, by all means. Don't I have it on 5% right now? Why the hell is it lagging so bad when I'm just trying to move around the map? I have it on 5, or not 5%, but 5 times speed. Holy shit. And it is lagging like a bitch. This is kind of ugly. Like, I'm getting all these frame skips for no good reason. You know what? 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and close out of my other programs. See if maybe that'll help it. 'Cause you never know. Sometimes things can be consuming resources and not really telling you. How much I would love to have a fishing dock, like, right on a tiny sandbar. It'd be beautiful. It's right in the middle of a frickin' lake. God, I gotta tell everybody the resources that they need to bring, don't I? I want all my leather to come from what I'm actually producing. Ugh! I like how that guy's parked. This guy too. So given the lack of space, properly speaking, I can probably go ahead and throw down a fishing dock right there. It looks like I should be able to just let people naturally traverse to that area. Or at least I would hope they could do that, even if it is a little bit uneven. I don't know why I still have that market pinned either. Need to get that out of here. Is this being built? Or are those guys are just building roads? Oh, fuck me. And I guess if it's really necessary, I could build a bridge out to that area. I just didn't want to. I will tell you what's frustrating is the 2 blocks that's off by. So many hills that I wish I could just, you know, take down, push the dirt into the water over here, you know? Reshape that. If I could push it right there, that'd be another 2 or 3 trade spots, you know? Oh wow, a lot of these haven't been set up. Okay, this one has one. Now, wasn't I going about and doing some special purchasing orders somewhere around here? Yeah, so those all have the stone and iron buys. I guess I can keep adding on to those.